Hello ladies, welcome back to the Confidence Club. Thank you so much for joining our premium membership here. I'm so excited to continue sharing these exclusive videos for you and supporting you on your manifestation journey so you can be your most confident and successful self. If you have any ideas on topics you want me to cover, please leave them in the comments below. Obviously, this is a premium membership, so I want to be even more engaged with you. I want to hear your burning questions, and I'm going to answer every single one of them with a video response to make sure that I'm giving you exactly what you are seeking in terms of answers for your manifestation, troubleshooting, and being able to work through conflict and confusion so that manifestation is easy and fast for you, okay? Because I know that we want it fast, we want it easy, and we want it to feel good. Alrighty, if I'm scratching my nose a little bit in this video, it's just, I don't know, my skin is just itchy. I don't know what it is. I must have some like fuzzy, we're gonna try to ignore it. My skin is not itchy, my skin is so smooth and soft and it never itches, okay? Anyways, let's get into the video, and my brain kind of blanked right there, but now I remember the topic. Okay, so this is what I call the blah 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 method. And I was thinking about this. I don't really watch much TV anymore, but I caught myself doing this. And I was like, oh yeah, like I remember seeing this in movies and TV shows, like especially in cartoons. What happens, like what they'll do is you're watching the main character's story, okay? So the main character's story is playing out. And sometimes what they'll do is create an inner monologue scene for that main character so that you as the audience get to know what's in the main character's head while the scene is still playing. And the way that they'll do this, okay, is they'll have whatever main character and the person they're talking to, they'll be having a conversation, and then all of a sudden it switches. And in this scene, as the switch happens, the secondary character starts saying like blah 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 blah, and like it gets really quiet and it fades into the background, and then you get on this main character's inner monologue because they're drifting away from the reality. They're drifting away from the conversation that's supposed to be happening, and they're going into their head, into their consciousness, into their inner monologue, and having their own conversation, their own narrative with themselves. And I realized I do this with unfavorable circumstances. Like, especially, I find myself doing this very often if the news is on and what's happening on the news, I'm just like, these people are so stupid and like they don't know what they're saying and it's so irritating and like they're so uneducated about this, and like, okay, stupid is kind of harsh, but like, I don't know, sometimes when people talk on the news especially, I'm like, you sound really like nobody's, like the light's on but nobody's home. And so I will tune it out by using the blah 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 method. And literally that's what I'm doing, is like I will turn their words into like blah 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 until I get myself back to center and choose a better thought. So like I will actively like hear them talking and I'll go like blah 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 blah, because I don't care what they're saying on the news. The news is often like the most negative, garbage, same old story that you hear over and over again, and it can really like make you feel low. And I don't do that. I don't do that negative energy, time wasting BS. Like, I'm just not that person. So I'm gonna make them say in my world, the newscasters say blah 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 blah, and then I go on my own little narrative, my own little journey, my own main character like storyline, and I'll be like, like, I wonder, what would this be like? And I just start thinking about something more positive, and I start thinking about like, I wonder what it would be like to go to Japan. Like, I wonder what the street food in Japan is like. That sounds like it would be really fun. And I wonder, like, what do their skyscrapers look like? And is the city kind of like big cities here in America, or is it really different? Or I'll be like, like, I need to go through my closet. Like, what do I want to keep? Like, what are the clothes that are fitting me really well right now? And like, how are they making me feel? And then which clothes do I want to get rid of? And like, ooh, maybe I could try this outfit combination and this and that. Or like, I'll just go into affirmations like, wow, I'm so cool, like I'm so awesome, I'm so patient, I'm so kind, like I'm such a wonderful person, I'm delightful to be around, like I'm so precious to the world. or whatever it is, like if there's a specific thing that I'm trying to manifest, like right now, like I'm gonna be starting my job, and so one of my affirmations is like, I'm so good at my job, like I'm really awesome at it, like my job is so easy for me, I make so much money doing this, like it's almost like I don't even have to effort, I just am naturally good at it, like I'm really good at talking to people, and I'm really good at sales, and I always hit my quotas, and like it's so nice, and I get to work in an office where everybody's peaceful and respectful and responsible and nobody's negative, and I work in such a positive environment, and like there's no traffic on my commute, and it's so short of a drive to get to work, and it's not even hard for me to wake up early, like it's so easy for me to wake up early to show up to my job. Like that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do instead. So the blah 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 fades away. And admittedly, I don't only do this with the news on the TV. I don't only do this with like media, because I will also do it if I'm driving in a car with somebody and the radio is on and they're talking like guns and drugs and this and that, and you know, like gangster stuff, or like they're just saying lyrics that I don't want coming into my subconscious. I don't want them in my energy. So I'll do the same thing, like blah blah blah. But I also do this with people. So when people are talking to me and they're saying just really negative things, or they're saying things that are not helpful to me, or they're saying things like if I'm receiving criticism in some way that is not positive feedback, I'll do that too. I'm like blah 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 blah. So I look like I'm there and I'm listening, but I'm not absorbing any of that negativity. I refuse it. No, thank you. Take it back. You can have it for yourself. Like, I just don't let that into my energy anymore. It's a waste of time to let somebody's criticism come after you. And I tend to do this a lot with my dad, because my dad, bless him, I am doing my best to reform him. We are reforming him. But the person he has tied himself to in life is negative in his world. So in his world, this person treats him very poorly. And it's been like 20 years of this person in his world. And I also notice, like, my dad has the same story with a lot of other people. So it's not just this person he's tied himself to, but it's like old friends that he grew up with, other family members, yada yada. Like, he'll get on this story of negativity of like, this person does this, and this person says this, and this person just did this, and this person's being negative, and this and this and that. And like, obviously that's his self-concept projecting into the world. I've been teaching him manifestation. We're working on it. He is reforming. He's becoming the most ideal version of my dad. Every day he's becoming a better version of himself. He's becoming more positive. That's what we're affirming, okay? For the sake of this video, when he does get on his negative talk about people, I'm like, I don't need this in my ear. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. When he's talking mess about this negative person in his life, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I just distract myself with other things. And so I'm on the phone. He thinks that I'm listening to his negative talk, his negative story, but I am protecting my energy. I'm protecting my subconscious beliefs and my perception of the world and my image of how I want to view other people, because I want to view other people as positive. Like, I truly want to go out into the world and believe with 100% of my being, I want to believe that everybody is happy, everybody is awesome, everybody's wonderful, things are always good, I always have good experiences, people are so optimistic and hopeful around me. Like, I love that. That is the experience I am bringing into my reality. I am pulling it down from the ether and materializing it every day. And so this blah 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 method protects me from the pessimism, from the complaining, from the criticism, from the conflict. It protects me from that negative energy that is so draining and sucks the life out of you and is like soul draining, like soul sucking. Like, oh my gosh, if I have to hear you complain about the same person another day of my life, I'm gonna go crazy. If I have to hear you say the same criticism over and over again, like, I'm going to lose my mind, or I'm going to hate you because you're not a healthy, like, happy, confident, positive person. I need to shut you out. I need to shut down that version of you. I need that version of you to stop talking, but because I can't actually make that person stop talking, And because I don't want to be rude or sever the relationship with that person, I use this method. Blah, 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 blah. And then when they're done with their negativity, because oftentimes they just want to vent, and that's fine. Like, I know my dad calls me because sometimes he just wants to talk about how frustrating it is to deal with negative people. And I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. Because sometimes you're the negative person that I have to deal with, and that's frustrating for me. So when he's done with his negativity, I go, you know, Dad, I really love you, and thank you for sharing, and I really appreciate you being open, but can we switch this conversation to something more positive? Like, I would so much rather talk about something optimistic. Like, tell me what you're doing in your business. Like, tell me how's work been. Like, tell me, are you healthy? Are you on top of your health goals? Like, how are you feeling right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will switch that conversation back up to a positive level because I'm vibing high. I want to be up here all the time. I want to be like, go, go, go. Yes, like, let's party. Let's have a good time. Let's have fun here. I'm genuinely at my core such a fun person that, like, if I'm not fun around you, it's you. Like, I have so much fun by myself that if you're coming into my world with your negativity, that's unfortunately, it's my self-concept of you, but nonetheless, that's a you thing, because I'm up here. Like, I am like, life is fantastic, everything's awesome. Like, this human experience is the coolest ride ever. I want to get off this roller coaster and ride it again and again and again and again. And I want to come back and I want to be all the things I can be and I want to do all the things I can do. And I want to do it with a smile on my face and feel freaking good about it. So, since I cannot micromanage reality, I can micromanage myself. And now you're just gonna blah, 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 blah. Thank you for your input. Let's change the conversation to the positive. Let's talk about something that feels better. Let's revise the present moment. Like, we're typing up the script as we go, okay? Let's switch from this chapter of negativity, you know, ding, how you go to the next line of the typewriter. We're gonna type something fun. We're gonna talk about, oh my gosh, Dad, I forgot to tell you. I tried this bakery the other day, and they had this like really nice Marionberry cream cheese Danish. It was so good. Like, I can't believe that I grew up my whole life never having Marionberry because I didn't live in the PNW. Like, how amazing is that? And now I get to have it all the time because, like, it's always available here. Like, I can always go to the supermarket and get this jam, and I can make my own pastries. Like, isn't that so much more fun to talk about? That's so much more exciting. That's so much more like, yeah, I want to talk about baked goods and fruit and jam and how, like, sweet it is and how exciting it is, and like things that taste good and are good and fun to experience. Like, that's what I'd rather talk about. So your homework is, whenever somebody in your circumstance is giving you this like same old story, is showing you negativity and pessimism, is being really harsh or heavy towards you, either they're being critical of you or giving you like negative feedback. And I don't mean do this all the time, because some negative feedback, okay, like if your boss is telling you you're gonna lose your job if you don't do this, hey, all ears. All right, if your specific person is telling you what you did hurt me, we want to be all ears. I'm not saying use this all the time, but I'm talking about unnecessary criticism and unnecessary, unhelpful complaining and negative conversation. That's what we want to use this method for, not just to be a jerk and be selfish and push everybody out. That is not what I'm telling you to do. Don't do that, okay? What we want to do is use this when the news is on and it's giving garbage, toxic nonsense. When your very strongly political family member or friend is talking their nonsense that you don't care about because it's irrelevant to you. When you hear, like, sometimes, like, I will ride public transit and I hear these, like, crazy people telling their crazy stories on the bus. I'm like, I don't want to hear your conversation. So in my mind, you're gonna go blah, 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 blah. I have certain people in my life that, like, sometimes the things that they say, I'm like, this is not helpful to me. This is not constructive. This is not fueling my soul. This is not making me feel good about myself. And because I've heard it enough times, I don't need to pay attention. I already paid attention. I responded to it. It didn't shut it out. It didn't make it go away. So I use the blah, blah, blah method. So these are the times that I want you to use it. This is your homework, is for the next week at least, preferably for the rest of your life, as long as you need to use it. Use this method. Like, shut them up in your brain. Blah, 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 blah. Let their blah blahs fly away in the wind. Blah, 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 blah. Let their pessimism go away from you. Let the criticism go away from you. Let their negativity go away from you, and take your brain to a new narrative. And we're going to think about life and how beautiful it is, and how we're so proud of ourselves. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I hit my weight loss goal this year, and I'm really proud of myself that, like, I hit one of my finance goals this year. I'm really proud of myself that my business is doing well this year. Like, I'm so proud of myself. That feels so good. Like, choose a better thought in that moment, and like, put yourself in a better state of being. That's what I want you to do, and I know it will be helpful because it has been so helpful for me. Anyways, I'm in such a like fun, perky mood now. But thank you so much for joining the Confidence Club Premium membership. I love having you here. I really appreciate you taking the time to soak up these lessons, to embody them and practice them and live them. Because I trust and I know, I have full confidence that when you do actually take these methods and these principles and apply them to your life, like real time, that they will get you where you're going. They will allow you to become your most confident and successful self. And like, by doing so, like, you're making me so proud of you. So keep on it, keep showing up, keep shining, and have fun with it. I will see you in the next video. Bye.